Smell the concoction I'm cooking in my cruddy cauldron. It's a reeking recipe of revolting revelry that I'm sure you'll enjoy. This is your hostess in the haunt of fear, waiting to dish out another of her lurid luncheons. Ready? Then I'll start feeding you the foul fare I call the Rover Boys. Prologue. The dawn sky is like a gray blanket hanging low over the still sleeping city. Here and there a few stars, reluctant to retreat from the daylight, now blooming in the east, twinkle faintly and then fade. Below, the street lights still cast dark shadows in the canyons between the buildings. A milk wagon careens over the cobblestones, its frantic driver unsuccessfully attempting to halt the old horse who whinnies and snorts, galloping madly. Flashing metal-shod hooves spark against the pavement. A pack of stray dogs, slobbering and yelping, leap and scramble, nipping and clawing at the dashing horse. Its flanks are scarred and bleeding, its eyes filled with terror.
Whoa there, boy! Whoa!
Story. Dr. Sheldon Remsen stood before the 5 grim-faced members of the State Medical Board, listening to the chairman's cold and expressionless voice mouthing the words that meant the end of everything for him.
And so, Dr. Remsen, it is the decision of this board, in view of the evidences presented here of conduct unbecoming a member of the medical profession, that your license be revoked, and that you be barred from ever practicing medicine again.
No.
The chairman looked around. The members of the board rose silently and filed from the room. Dr. Sheldon Remsen lifted his hands in a final pleading gesture.
Please, I beg of you, don't do this to me. Medicine is my life. Please.
Dr. Remsen darted forward. He clutched at the sleeve of the last departing board member.
Won't you reconsider? I beg you for leniency. I made a mistake. I'm sorry. Please.
The decision of the board is final, Dr. Remsen. If you please.
Dr. Remsen stood alone in the boardroom. Faint laughter drafted through the door beyond which his judges and condemners had disappeared. He cursed.
Go ahead, you righteous old Laugh at me. We'll see who has the last laugh.
Stripped of the privilege to practice medicine and spurned by his profession, Dr. Remsen walked slowly from the boardroom across the echoing foyer of the medical building and out into the warm sunlight. He felt naked and exposed, and hate filled his heart.
I'll have my revenge. You'll be sorry. All of you.
He moved up the crowded streets. He was jostled and pushed and carried along by the jabbering throng, but he felt and heard nothing. Dr. Remsen's mind was far away, planning, disclaiming, and planning again.
I hate them. I'll get each of them, one by one. But how? How?
A shadow fell across him, blocking the sun. Dr. Remsen looked around. He was under a marquee, a theater marquee. The colorful billboard blinked at him.
Captain John Smythe and his trained SEALs. See them perform. They're almost human.
The last line screamed. The words seemed to light up.
They're almost human. Of course.
The doctor slid the money under the box office glass and held up his index finger.
One, please.
Yes, sir. Laughter erupted from 100 mouths as he moved softly down the carpeted aisle. On stage, a clown was cavorting.
Seat, sir? One in there. Thank you. Excuse me.
The clown somersaulted off into the wings amid cheers and applause. Dr. Remsen sat down.
And now, the Palace Theatre proudly presents Captain John Smythe and his world-famous train seals.
The curtain went up, the glimmering black seals barked and swayed. Their uniformed trainer began the act. Dr. Remsen's grim mouth slowly stretched into a leering grin.
That's it. That's the answer. I'll have my revenge and take care of my future, too.
The act was over. Dr. Remsen left the theater. His evil plan was forming in his hate-filled mind.
It will be the greatest animal act the world has ever seen.
The pet shop smelled of flea powder and animal sweat and birdseed, and echoed with the squeals of monkeys and parrots and the howling of dogs.
Yes, sir. Can I help you? I'd like to buy 5 dogs. We have some fine thoroughbred boxers, or would you prefer French poodles?
No, nothing like that. Cheap dogs, mutts. All I ask is that they be large dogs.
Dr. Remsen's laboratory was silent except for the occasional whines of the dogs that cowered behind the wire mesh of the 5 cages that lined the room. The doctor was busy placing shiny instruments into a steaming sterilizer.
Soon, my little pets. Soon now.
A knock resounded through the laboratory. The dogs began to yelp. Dr. Remsen went to the door and opened it.
You? Remsen? So this is where you live now? But I thought...
You thought you were paying a house call on a sick man, Dr. Hale? That's what I wanted you to think.
Dr. Remsen waved the small pistol at the surprised board chairman.
Inside, Dr. Hale, and don't try anything. I won't hesitate to use this.
What's the meaning of this, Remsen?
It means, my dear chairman of the medical board, that I am going to take my revenge upon you and your fellow board members for having excluded me from your profession.
You're mad, Remsen.
Perhaps, Dr. Hale. And now, if you will remove your coat, we will get on with the operation.
Operation? What are you going to do?
Do? Why, I am going to remove your brain, Doctor, and substitute it for the inadequate brain that now rests in the cranial cavity of one of those miserable dogs there.
Remsen, for God's sake, put down that hypodermic!
Outside the old house into which Dr. Remsen had moved his laboratory, the wind sighed, carrying the echo of Dr. Hale's scream across the deserted countryside. On the nights that followed, one by one, the other members of the State Medical Board came to the lonely house on the outskirts of the city.
You! Remsen!
Welcome, Dr. Simpson.
One by one they came, but none went away. On the 5th morning, 5 fresh-dug graves lay silently in the dawn light behind the house. Inside, in the laboratory, 5 dogs with human brains cowered behind the mesh-wired doors of their kennels. You will perform as you are bid, my friends. Even in your alien bodies, you still have the desire to survive. And you will survive so long as you cooperate. If you don't, you will die. And now,
We must begin rehearsing our act. And so, silently, with tails between their legs and a growing hate gleaming in their eyes, the 5 remarkably intelligent canines went through the motions of learning their fabulous act. My dear Dr. Hale, perhaps a day without your rations will convince you that I mean business when I call Rover, you bark the answer correctly. Finally, the time came. Under an assumed name, Dr. Remsen made an appointment with a theatrical agent and proudly auditioned his animal act.
Amazing, Mr. Sheldon, amazing. I'll book your act in every vaudeville house in the country. You're made.
And so in the very same theater where Dr. Sheldon Remsen had seen the trained seals that had given him his fantastic and diabolical scheme, Sheldon's dogs made their theatrical debut.
Ladies and gentlemen, the greatest animal act to ever perform upon any stage. Sheldon's intelligent dogs. They count, they spell, they do everything but talk.
Dr. Remsen's animal act gained immediate success. His amazing dogs astounded people. Dogs could be trained to appear intelligent, but his...
Your question, sir.
What year did Columbus discover America?
The dogs actually picked out cards containing the correct answers to mathematical problems, historical dates.
1492. Quite correct, Rover.
Amazing!
Incredible!
Bravo!
The dogs manipulated alphabet blocks to answer questions given them.
Bowser says the name of the president during the First World War was Wilson, sir. Does that answer your question?
I'll say...
Wow! Finally, due to the grueling schedule of traveling the vaudeville circuits, Dr. Remsen returned to his lonely house on the outskirts of town for a brief vacation.
Well, my little pets, thanks to you, I'm getting richer every day. Soon I will be ready to retire. Oh, it will be such a shock to the theatrical world when you are all destroyed in an unfortunate fire.
The night that Dr. Remsen made his startling pronouncement as to the future of the human-brained canines, he carelessly left one of the wire mesh kennel doors unlocked. After he'd retired, a sleek form moved from kennel to kennel, unlocking the other doors. Dr. Remsen had been right. The desire to survive was indeed strong. Even for imprisoned human brains, a low growl awakened the doctor and he sat up in bed, staring into 5 pairs of blazing eyes.
No! Oh Lord, no!
One of the remarkable dogs held a hypodermic in its slobbering mouth. Toward morning, an old horse on a nearby farm was attacked by a pack of yelping wild dogs and driven toward the old house. And dawn found a 6th grave added to the silent 5. The farmer who owned the horse found it wandering miles from the farm the next day.
There you are, boy. Get along home now. That milk company man's coming to buy you.
And 5 dogs were seen often in later weeks, yelping and racing through the streets of the city. The milk company received numerous complaints about the new horse from its driver.
Crazy. That's what he is. Always snorting and whinnying and stamping his hooves like you were trying to tell me something.
Epilogue. The dawn sky is like a gray blanket. A milk wagon careens over the cobblestones, its horse galloping madly. A pack of stray dogs 5 of them, slobbering and barking, leap and scramble, nipping and clawing at the frenzied animal. Its flanks are scarred and bleeding, its eyes filled with terror, and the yelping dogs seem to be laughing at it.
Whoa there, boy! Whoa!
So Doc Remsen, 'cause he horsed around with brains, ended up with his in one. Well, kiddies, next time you see a pack of howling mutts chasing an old horse up the street, think of this terror tidbit I've just fed you. Don't laugh. They might be the state medical board hounding Dr. Sheldon Remsen. Well, that about wraps up CK's Mag. I'll be cooking again in the Vault of Horror. Bye now.